We're wrapping the audit this afternoon. You'll need to come with us.
Why? I haven't done anything wrong.
That's not our call. Your access is restricted and your duties suspended.
I've noticed you're always the first one in and the last one out. You're special, unlike the others. You see things differently around here.
I just do what needs to be done. There's nothing special about that.
No, it's not just that. It's your presence. There's something uniquely appealing about how you handle yourself. You've caught my attention more than you realize.
I appreciate your acknowledgement, but I'm here strictly to do my job. Nothing else interests me.
We both know opportunities in this company depend on connections and relationships. Let's not pretend that's not how things really work.
If that's the way things work, maybe they need to change. I'm sorry, but I'm not comfortable with where this conversation is going.
Think carefully about what you're walking away from. You wouldn't want to miss out simply because you're too proud.
I'm clear on where I stand. If respect and honesty cost me opportunities, then perhaps they're not opportunities worth having.
Again? This is exactly how it started before. He speaks sweet words, promises greatness, and then tosses you aside once he's bored. But why her? Why someone who pretends to be perfect?
You wouldn't want to miss out simply because you're too proud.
Proud? Nadia isn't proud. She's deceitful. She puts on this show of being humble, virtuous. I see through it. She's the reason he abandoned me. She must have charmed him just as she's charming everyone else. No, the mistake was ever believing him, trusting him. But Nadia, she'll pay. Everyone will see her for who she really is. She'll feel exactly what it's like to lose everything. Can you believe how some people around here pretend they got where they are by talent alone?
I never paid much attention. Who are you talking about exactly?
Oh, come on, it's obvious. That new promotion got last year? Do you really think it's all just because she's hardworking?
She does stay late most nights. I've seen it myself.
Please, anyone can stay late. But I've noticed certain privileges she gets. Special meetings, quiet little talks with management, it all adds up.
I always thought she was one of the straightforward ones.
Appearances can fool you. People like that are experts at playing the humble card. They act innocent, and meanwhile, they're weaving their webs behind the scenes.
I guess I never saw her that way.
Trust me, you'll start noticing now. Watch carefully. She might not be as virtuous as everyone thinks.
I'll keep my eyes open. Honestly, I'm surprised by this.
Don't be. You'll soon see the truth. Some people are masters at hiding their real selves.
If that's true, I don't know who to trust anymore.
Exactly. It's a tough realization, isn't it? But the sooner everyone knows, the better off we'll all be.
Is something wrong? You seem a bit distant lately.
Just busy. We all have a lot on our plates right now.
I understand that, but it feels like there's something else. Did I do something to upset you?
It's not about me being upset. It's just, I don't know, there's been talk around the office.
Talk? What kind of talk?
You really don't know?
I honestly don't. Everyone's suddenly acting strange, and I have no idea why.
Maybe you should think harder. People don't just change overnight for no reason.
I've been racking my brain, and nothing adds up. Is there something specific being said?
I'm not the one who started it, okay? I'm just trying to keep my distance.
Distance from what exactly? Please, just tell me plainly what's being said.
I'd rather not. Ask around yourself. I'm not comfortable getting involved.
All right. If you can't tell me, I'll find out somehow. But I didn't expect you, of all people, to turn away like this.
Sometimes you don't get what you expect. Maybe it's better that way.
Everything feels off. People who used to greet me now act like I don't exist.
When did this start?
Maybe a few days ago. First it was whispers. Then silence. I asked Eva, and she looked at me like I was the plague.
What did she say?
Just said there's been talk. Told me to ask around.
Sounds like someone's been working overtime behind the scenes.
I don't get it. I've stayed focused, kept to myself. I don't get involved in office drama.
And that's exactly why you're a threat. You shine too quietly. Makes people uncomfortable.
I feel like there's something darker behind this. Like I'm under attack and I can't see the arrows.
You are. But it's not flesh and blood you're wrestling with. This is spiritual. And you're not alone.
I keep thinking maybe I should just clear my name. Say something. Do something.
And let the devil set your rhythm? No. Stay still. Let heaven move.
I didn't ask for this battle.
But you were chosen to walk through it. And you don't have to fight it your way. Let him do it. That's what makes it faith. Hold your ground. And keep your heart clean.
I've reviewed your recent submissions. There's been a noticeable dip in performance.
In what area, exactly? I've met every deadline, and my last strategy was used in the client pitch.
That's not the point. It lacked clarity. Our leadership team expected more initiative.
No one shared that feedback with me. This is the first I'm hearing of it.
You don't always get formal feedback. Sometimes changes are made for the sake of team efficiency.
So being removed from the account is part of team efficiency?
Exactly. We want others to grow too. No one is entitled to every spotlight.
This feels personal. And strategic.
I suggest you choose your words carefully. Creating tension won't help your case.
I've never needed to create tension. I just do my job. That's always been enough.
Maybe that's the problem. You assume work alone secures favor.
Favor I don't want if it's tied to compromise.
Then don't be surprised when opportunities stop showing up.
Opportunities aren't yours to give or take. You're just a gate. And gates don't decide destiny.
Didn't see you in there. Missed the calendar invite?
I wasn't informed. I was assigned to that project.
Oh, things must be shifting. You know how it gets, upper management moves people around all the time.
Funny. I don't remember being moved off it. Or told anything, for that matter.
Well, communication's not always perfect. I'm sure it wasn't intentional.
Right. Just like the whispers suddenly floating around the office?
Whispers? People talk. You can't control that. Maybe if you were more approachable, they'd give you the benefit of the doubt.
I don't need pity or popularity. Just truth. And I don't play games.
Then you're in the wrong place. Around here, silence gets devoured. And saints? They get swallowed whole.
Thanks for the warning. But I'm not here to play saint or snake. Just to work. Clean.
Clean doesn't survive long here. Not without scars.
While reviewing potential candidates for the regional position, we noticed a few performance inconsistencies. I recommend we pause Nadia's consideration until those are thoroughly addressed.
Can you be specific?
We've seen lapses in engagement and missed leadership opportunities. The potential is there, but recent patterns raise concerns.
With respect, none of those concerns have ever been communicated to me. My records, including client feedback, say otherwise.
You're saying you weren't given any prior indication?
None. Not formally, not informally.
We've tried to coach and encourage. But when someone resists guidance, it becomes difficult to recommend advancement.
Some staff just aren't team players. Everyone knows that.
Interesting that a personal opinion made its way into a boardroom.
We'll need a thorough review before moving forward. This feels more reactive than procedural.
I expected fairness. I didn't expect theater.
Then consider this a lesson in reality.
I don't know what to say tonight. They told lies. They made it sound like I'm something I'm not. And you let it happen. I'm not angry at you. I just don't get it. I stayed away from what was wrong. I kept my heart clean. I walked away from what others chase. Shouldn't that count for something? You said I could be still, and you would fight. I'm still. I've been still. But this is hard. I didn't think it would feel like this. I didn't think doing right would cost me this much. You're still my defender. I haven't stopped believing that. But I need help. I don't want to fall apart while waiting. I won't argue anymore. I won't try to explain myself. I'm handing this to you. Please take it. Please step in. If this battle is yours, then fight it. I don't know how much strength I have left.
You didn't sleep.
I don't remember when I last truly did. My thoughts are louder than my prayers.
Did you cry?
All night. At one point I wasn't even speaking words anymore. Just ache.
That ache is a language heaven understands better than most people do.
I told him I won't fight anymore. I won't explain myself again. If he's who I say he is, then he'll defend me.
That's what trust looks like. It's not just shouting praises in church. It's surrendering when your name is dragged through dirt, and you stay quiet.
Do you ever wonder if he'll come through too late?
He's never late. Not when he's building something eternal out of what they're trying to break.
Then why does it feel like they're winning?
Because their noise is louder for now. But truth walks slower. It doesn't rush. It waits until the silence is deafening.
The board believed him. Even the ones I thought had discernment. That stings more than the accusation itself.
Men believe what's convenient. But God doesn't lean on whispers. He pulls truth out from under carpets.
I'm not scared of being forgotten. I'm scared of being wrongly remembered.
You won't be. Not in the places that matter. And definitely not in the court of heaven.
Then I'll wait. Even if it bruises me, I'll wait.
And he'll show up. Not just for you but through you.
I've got 2 reports. Different people. Same department. There's a pattern in both, and it's not good.
What kind of pattern?
Mentions of favoritism. Retaliation. A few red flags about how project decisions are being made.
Performance reviews altered? That's not small.
One of the names that comes up is Nadia. Says she was pulled from major work without warning.
Did she file anything herself?
No. She's currently suspended. That's part of what raised the alarm. There's no record of poor performance. No warnings. Just out.
That kind of silence says more than noise. What about finances?
We've had procurement flag some irregular hospitality claims. Small ones, but repetitive.
So we got staffing concerns and financial dust. That's enough for a quiet look.
Let's request communication logs. Emails, meeting notes, budget trails. If anything's off, it'll show.
The audit's been approved. External team is coming in tomorrow. Start low. No alerts.
Let the file speak before anyone else does.
Hi, I need access to last quarter's performance reviews, especially for Nadia.
Her file.
Yes, both digital and hard copies, and anything connected to her removal from the marketing team.
I don't think there's a documented reason for that. Nothing formal, anyway.
No written warning? No poor review? Nothing signed?
No. It all happened kind of suddenly.
All right, I'll need logs from team meetings. Any records of leadership discussions regarding her. Can I have a moment?
Sure.
What's your role in the department?
Creative coordination. I support the lead strategist.
Did you work closely with Nadia before she was removed?
Not really. I mean, we shared space, but she kind of did her own thing.
Did you ever hear discussions about her removal? Concerns about her work?
People talk. I just focus on my job.
You'll be called in for a formal interview. We'll schedule it today.
No problem.
Thanks for coming in on short notice.
I wasn't expecting to be called back in. What's going on?
We've been reviewing some matters in your department. Certain decisions didn't follow proper process.
I figured something was off. I just didn't think anyone else noticed.
You should have been informed about your removal from that project. There's no documentation justifying it. No performance flags. Nothing formal.
I know. I looked for answers. None came.
That shouldn't have happened. Especially not in a place that values structure.
But it did. And I sat in silence while it did.
That silence might have been what protected you. The review turned up some serious breaches, misuse of authority, altered records, even falsified expense reports. None of it connected to you.
I wasn't expecting that.
Neither were we. But the damage that was done to your name, it's not staying that way. We're setting the record straight.
Are you saying?
You're being reinstated. With back pay. And the board wants to meet with you directly about more than just this incident.
I didn't fight to get here. I didn't say a word in my defense.
You didn't need to. The truth fought for you.
We're wrapping the audit this afternoon. You'll need to come with us.
Why? I haven't done anything wrong.
That's not our call. The evidence goes to the board. We've just documented it.
This is a mistake. Somebody's twisting things.
You can respond formally during your hearing. But as of today, your access is restricted and your duty suspended.
You're serious.
Completely. You can collect your personal items now or have them delivered later.
Thank you for coming in. We'll keep this short.
I appreciate the invitation. I wasn't expecting it.
After what you've endured, it's the least we can do. We've reviewed everything.
The audit confirmed misconduct, none of it tied to you. You were targeted unfairly.
I knew what was happening. But I didn't think it would be exposed like this.
That kind of quiet integrity isn't common. You didn't push, threaten, or escalate. You held your ground.
I wasn't silent because I was weak. I just knew if I fought like them, I'd become like them.
Well said. Which brings us to the reason we asked you here. We're offering you the senior team lead position for the next campaign cycle.
You're promoting me?
It's not charity. It's overdue recognition. You've earned it.
I need to pray about it. I don't want a title just to prove something.
Take your time. We'll wait for your answer.
If I accept, it'll be because the work matters, not the seat.
That's exactly why we want you in it.
You look lighter.
It's strange. I didn't see it coming. I didn't even pray for promotion.
That's what makes it real. It wasn't a reward. It was justice.
I kept thinking I had to fight. Defend myself. Prove I wasn't who they said I was. But God shut it all down without me saying a word.
That's how he works. You give him space and he moves the whole room.
It took everything in me not to react. But every time I wanted to speak, something told me to wait.
That wasn't something. That was someone.
It didn't come fast. It didn't come loud. But it came.
And it shook the ground they stood on. Quietly.
I didn't fight. I didn't scheme. I just stood still.
And God did what he said he would.
He fought. And he won.
Told you some victories don't need a sword. Just surrender. When you're wronged for doing what's right, the world may expect you to fight, to shout, to strike back. But Nadia didn't. She chose stillness. She chose trust. And God did what no defense lawyer, no clever plan, no loud voice could do. He exposed the truth himself. Not because she was perfect, but because she stood on his promise. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. Exodus 14 verse 14. So next time the battle isn't fair, and silence feels like surrender, remember. Sometimes standing still is the loudest way to win.